Hello, Ruggs.
Well, hello, Caitlin.
Tell us a little bit about your company.
I work for National Business Media. We are a media providing company that, services the B2B trade. We take care of those who run small shops all the way up to, $1 million enterprises. We kind of cater to the education side of keeping the business running, keeping a good steady stream of new industry knowledge, crossover potential within the market. That's really one of our mainstays, is to say, hey, you have this type of technology under your belt, but did you know that there's this tangential market that could open up to you? If you're a digital printer, have you considered direct-to-garment printing and having a whole new revenue stream? Or, hey, you're in sublimation. Have you ever thought about offering awards and engraving and other things like that? So with Graphics Pro Expo, we have a much wider breadth of knowledge at our disposal. Wrapscon is a wonderful adjunct to that. Obviously, kind of grown from the sign market. Anybody who decided to put big old stickers on vehicles, I thank you, because that brings us here today. So,
Awesome.
yeah.
Core strengths.
Core strengths are not my abs, but I would say the core strength is really the education. We're here to connect people who want to learn with the people who have the knowledge. So it goes really well with what Justin does. It's, be a resource. Let's teach a man to fish, so to speak. So we're all about making sure that we have free education for our attendees. Our trade magazines are really set up for that. If you don't have a subscription to Graphics Pro, get one, because it's the only way you can get the Wraps Annual. But also it's really just a free opportunity to find out about new technology. Read an article that maybe is a hot button for you. Keep up with industry standards, the new products that are available in the market, those sorts of things. That's really what we're about, is let's educate people as much as possible, because that's what makes them more potent as business owners and keeps them around longer. Because let's face it, we want everyone to survive. We want everyone to flourish. COVID was tough. A lot of companies didn't make it out. And maybe had they had a stronger educational base, they would have been able to weather the storm a little bit better. So it's things like that we really want to be a part of. We want to be an ally. We want to be a consultant. We want to help you help yourself. So that's really what we're all about.
Awesome. How has it been to have Wrapscon in person again?
Amazing. It's really been great. It's been a tough thing for us as a trade show producer. I mean, we got shut down in Texas last year, about 15 months ago, mid-show. Governor of Texas said, thanks, but no thanks. There's this little pandemic thing, you're done. And we had to kick all of our exhibitors out by 1 o'clock. Well, you got 20 by 30s, 20 by 50s here with a lot of equipment that don't get shut down like that. And we have to thank everybody that was with us at that show for doing whatever they could. Everybody banded together. It was a true we're all in this together type of a response, and it was great. And really, they just put a pin in it and said, we'll pick it up when we get the chance. And it was glorious to be back. It was amazing to send an email that said, hey, no masks if you're vaccinated, and come out and join us. Honestly, I sent that and I felt like Santa Claus.
So how do you see the future of sign shows and virtual events?
You know what? It's there for a bit. We jumped into the virtual show market as well because you had to fill a hole. There was a giant void left from trade shows. It had to be filled somehow. And we jumped to it. We were actually the first ones to offer a virtual event. And it went gangbusters. And as things started happening, everyone was adding one. Everybody took, they were doing Facebook Lives, they were doing YouTube, weekly visits. They were putting on their own virtual events as a company. There were other organizations within the market that were doing virtual events too. And it became really super saturated. So that hole that needed to be filled was overflowing at a certain point, which didn't really serve anybody. We called it digital fatigue. People were just like, another one? Now then for a while it was fine because everybody was sitting at home. Everybody was basically quarantined, so they could you know, make the most of it. They were educating themselves, but it became kind of a, I will say this, the vendors got tired too. They were like, yeah, I guess I could repurpose this video I have, or I could run this again. So the content became less fresh. And that's no slight to them. It's just, there's only so many hours in a day. And quite frankly, it got tiresome. So with that, it is kind of teetered, you know, kind of tailed off, and now live shows are ramping back up, and that's what these guys want. They want that live event. They want to be back, pressing the flesh, smelling the ink, touching the vinyl, all those types of things. So it's awesome to be back. Now the future of it, there's going to be a spot for virtual events. It's not a virtual trade show. Nothing replaces this. When you're sitting at your PC and you're clicking through, I'm sorry, it's just not this same event. It's not the same experience. But it's still a great teaching opportunity, learning opportunity. There will be reasons to have virtual things. They're probably going to be staged differently. It's going to have a different, it'll be a webinar, it'll be something, they'll go back to old technology, or shall I say old verbiage to sell it. Because it's just not, it's not a virtual event. I don't know anybody who's really spending the type of cash it takes to be an AR, you know, an augmented reality type of event. So until that really happens, I think the term virtual event needs to go away. We're really more just online educational, you know, opportunities. And that's what you'll see coming out of GPX and a little bit out of the Wrapscon mold that in the future. You'll just find that they're going to supplement the live events, because this is really where the rubber meets the road. Yeah.
So that's all from me. Do you have anything else to add?
Thank you to everyone who came out this year to Wrapscon 2021. Awesome event. We really enjoyed it. It takes all of us. It takes a village, right, to come out, and because everybody brings a little something, and that's what makes the experience really awesome. So next year we're back in Indy. Come visit us. If you're a vendor, sign up early. If you're an attendee, get your butt here, figure it out, clear up your schedule. We'll be Thursday through Saturday next year. I don't have the dates off the top of my head. I should, but we'd love to see you. Come on out.
Awesome. Thank you.
Okay.